Hey kayakers, 2023 season is here. We'll be getting into the water soon and taking some trips and sharing those with you. Haven't gotten into the water yet, so I thought to kick the season off, we'd go back and I'd tell you about a trip that we did a couple of years ago down the Wakarusa River. We went from the Clinton Spillway in Lawrence down the Wakarusa to the boat ramp in Eudora. Trip was a little over 21 miles, took us a little over 5.5 hours. It was an interesting trip. You put in just under the Wilkie waterfall outside of Clinton Dam, just a little bit down the spillway. There's a path, takes you down to a nice area where you can put your kayak in the water. Now this is an image of the Wilkie waterfall, and I kind of put it in there just for context. When we went, the river was way up and it was moving pretty fast, and on the day we went there really wasn't a waterfall. The water was so high that it just went right over those falls, and you can kind of see the guy in there to give you context of the size that we're talking about. I use a river app which tells me the flow and the depth and stuff of the river, and this is from the day that we went, and the river was moving about 1,500 cubic feet per second. It was about 12 feet deep. Now, ordinarily, that river moves, 50 cubic feet per second, and it's about 4 foot deep. So there was a lot of water moving through there. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of video of it. Didn't have the GoPro with me. I've got some cell phone video from when the trip started, and I'll show you that. We can take a look at that, and that'll give you a little bit of an idea of what we were doing, kind of where we were at, what the conditions on the river were like. But the river was moving pretty fast, and it was pretty deep. So we can watch that clip. So that gives you an idea of kind of what it looked like when we were on the river. Now, we did run into some blockages in the river. So there was a couple areas that were dammed up with down trees and logs and that sort of thing. And what I'm showing you is just some satellite imagery. I'm not saying that we ran into this specific blockage, but we ran into two locations that were blocked like this. One of them we could navigate the kayaks through. One we couldn't. One we had to portage around. There's a lot of this kind of stuff in that river. It's a very narrow river. Most of it has a big canopy across the top, so it's kind of claustrophobic in there. But we did run into a couple of these dammed up areas that kind of looked like these two things that I'm showing you right now. Of course, you end up at the boat ramp in Eudora, where you take out. It was a fun trip. It was not one that I would recommend, so I'm not recommending that anyone do this. But I'm glad we did it and we had fun. I'm not sure that the upper part of this river, closer to the dam, would really even be navigable when it's, at its standard 4-foot depth and moving really slow. We had one kayaker get kind of caught up in a big brush pile like this, and she had to work to get out of it. We were able to navigate through that one. Then, like I say, later down the river, we ran into another one that we had to portage around. It was interesting. It was fun. I wouldn't do it again, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else do it. But ultimately, we had a good time. So we'll be bringing you some trips this year. We'll be going down the Kansas River. We plan to go through Topeka, from the water treatment plant down to Seward to that boat ramp. And we'll do some others out west. My favorite is still the boat ramp in Eudora to DeSoto. So we'll probably do that one again and try to get you some good video of that. We plan on being in some of the lakes and that sort of thing. And so we'll bring you some of those videos. All right. Hope to see you next time. Bye.